Hi there, my name is Moon and I'm a Western astrologer and Twin Flame channel, and this is a video about the Pisces New Moon that took place on February 27th at 7:44 p.m. If you happen to be on the eastern seaboard of the United States, definitely check a time zone converter for your local time. Welcome back for another All Signs update, and thank you so much for your patience. I want to let you know that the first look component of the full moon in Virgo and upcoming lunar eclipse will be at the end of this video. There are readings available in the month of March. So if you're already feeling some of the intensity from the Venus and Juno retrogrades, then this is now the time to book. The calendar is filling quickly as people are already feeling some of the eclipse energy. They're also feeling a lot of the retrograde energy. So if you know you want to book some time, please do. Happy birthday, Pisces. It is your season. So excited to wish you all best wishes as you embark on your next rotation around the sun. One thing I want to say before we get into it, and this was a really hard thing for me to come to realize, and it's even harder for me to share publicly. Um, Because I just know that there's just going to be somebody who may have something snarky or mean or rude to say, because that's people, that's life, right? I can't control what people do on the internet, but from what I have seen so far, this community has just been full of light, love, and support for each other. And bless you all for me. So, as you've probably noticed, I have really struggled to sustain long form content for this channel for a little while at the rate at which the algorithm requires the content to be produced for growth. I love what I do for you guys. I love sitting down to do the lunar updates. I love having added in the all signs. I think it's a really fun piece of the process. I've also seen that it's attracted new people to the channel. But to produce long form content in the way that I do for every 30 minutes of video, it takes like 3 to 4 hours of behind the scenes creation and research and writing to make sure that I have all the details correct for you. And I've thought through the different ways that the planets might be able to impact a multitude of people. I've hit the point of unsustainability with this. And you've seen it because I'm not able to consistently get you these videos on time. I've foregone providing some of the videos at different times. And other times I've decided the information was important for whoever would listen, but it would go up late. And of course, there would be comment backlash for that. I don't know what the solution will be yet, but I do know that this has to change for me. I need to find a way to be able to provide content in a more sustainable way for me that's still fun and engaging for you and satisfies YouTube's requirements for channel growth so that I can continue to do this, period. And I know the last time I attempted to switch up content format or did an experiment with it, I absolutely love my OGs and diehards, but y'all got in the comments and lost your minds about me cutting down on the content so that I could produce more of it at other times. So, bless you. Thank you for being with me all this time. But please know that things change, life changes. I've grown, I've changed. And I hope that you'll stick with me as I figure out the solution to this challenge in this business and continue to evolve with YouTube and that you continue to evolve with me. If you have any thoughts, would love to hear them in the comments. But know that, I'm going to do what I need to do in order to make this work for me, first and foremost. And I really hope that that means that you'll find in it what works for you in the process. Okay. Shall we talk about this new moon? Let me give you the recap. Let's talk about the all signs, shall we? Here was our new moon in Pisces, right here at that ninth degree. We also saw a trine to Mars, and we also saw a square to Jupiter there. And this is, I really love it because this is a lot of masculine energy. Mars is our human masculine energy, Jupiter is our divine masculine energy. But the fascinating thing is that Mars is in feminine water sign Cancer. The moon is in feminine water sign Pisces. And then we have Jupiter out here in masculine air sign Gemini. Talk about a convergence of all the worlds. There's a lot of go, 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 get it done, get it done, get it done energy that would have come with a lot of big feels and correlate big actions. This energy really favors performing artists, athletes, mediums, channels, and psychics, therapists, coaches, content creators, and influencers, anyone who helps people with emotions and spirituality, anyone who works in the arena of communication and imagination. This new moon would have given you a boost. It also provided a heavy dose of emotion based reality checks for us about where the heart is, how we truly feel, what we really want. And ultimately, the main goal of all of the planets is to help us get what we desire. So it's important that we know what we want when it comes to what we're pursuing, who we're pursuing, and how we're pursuing it. And this new moon would have provided us a lot of crystal clarity. Also, would have opened up the opportunity for some heart to hearts and taking action to bring life into alignment. Now, while much of this applies to love directly, you're also going to find that these energies invite us into the same self consideration when it comes to our jobs, our so called obligations to family and friends, our projects, really all of our lives. And it's working to get us to up level by saying yes to what's aligned and letting go to what's not aligned. Hence the message that I provided for you about where I'm at with this energy. Trying to have a foot in the old and a foot in the new is going to create some problems as we continue to move forward, especially in relationship with Juno and Venus going retrograde, and both of them having multiple conversations over the course of the retrograde with Uranus, whose main focus for all of us is evolution, quantum leaps forward, transformation toward our divinity, and growth into our divinity on earth. So, shall we see what this would have meant for all of the signs? Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start with Aries. And you'll find if you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me during a period of my own growth and transition with the way I do the work on this channel. Trust me, the all signs aren't going anywhere, but some other things are definitely going to have to change. You'll find your sign right at the top there as I walk you through what the planets are doing in a representation of the chart for your sun, moon, rising, and stelliums in each sign. Definitely have a listen for yours and those of the people that you love. Aries, this new moon would have taken the sky that specifically deals with dreams and intuition. And this would have put your dreams and your intuition on 100. You'll have gotten downloads galore, insights to the extreme, and messages in the magic for yourself. You'll also have found that there's a lot of motivation here to finally move forward on certain things at home and with family now that Mars is direct in that sector of the sky for you. Additionally, there's motivation here to handle issues with debt, taxes, wills, trusts, inheritances, and credit, since Mars also governs that sector of the sky for you. Now, if there's been lethargy or fatigue, Aries, you'll be shaking that off as Mars moves direct and gains a boost and confidence. You'll gain a boost and confidence about your identity, who you are, who you're not, what you're going to do next, and what you will not. Now, if you need any support understanding this for your sign, especially with these eclipses coming up, book with me over at K-Moon Astro. Link is below this video. Let's talk about the love department for you. Here you go. Your love sector is preparing to bring your exes back in spades and support you in reaching out to them if it's been on your heart to do so. With both Juno and Venus retrograde, they are governors of the sign of Libra, which is the sign that governs your love sector. Now, if you or they have not been in touch yet, expect the urge to well up in an unignorable way in one or the other, if not both of you. Now, for some, there could be a commingling of finances and joint relationship financial cleanup for those who are coupled, such as dealing with taxes and credit and more of that sort of financial up leveling together. And for others, this is where you could have a very romantic, physically intimate time with someone from the past due to Juno's preparing to go retrograde this month, right back here into the sign of, or the sector of the sky that deals with this for all of us, for Aries, the sector that deals with physical intimacy. This could also include for those connected or single, the healing of all things related to the second chakra, especially if there's been pain or trauma in this area for you. If you're already feeling you've been put on notice around this and it's resonating for you, definitely hit that like button, Aries. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're new, please subscribe. Would love to see you at the next lunation. Here we go, Taurus. Let's have a look at what this new moon in Pisces would have brought to the table for you. Taurus, this energy showed up in the house of wish fulfillment and friends and colleagues that would have helped you fulfill a wish. This could be a fun energy where you're spiritually connecting with friends and colleagues with interactions that facilitate an expansion of your sense of self worth, given that Jupiter sits in that sector of the sky and speaks to your Pisces new moon. This could even be, now for some, I want you to be careful, overspending on a goal. So really be mindful of that at this time. And this could also be some finding common ground and gaining ground with friends and colleagues who can help you achieve your dreams. Overall, this looks like a very productive and passionate period of time with conversations that can have great resolution now, a lot of clarity in conversations that will allow you to be potent and persuasive with people. So use this to your advantage. Use it wisely because, as I mentioned, you're going to be potent and persuasive. It'll be important to also not steamroll people with your potency at this new moon, Taurus. Let's talk about the love department for you. The love sector of the sky, shows that this will be a time where you may feel a ton of when it comes to your path in love, whether you're looking or you're with someone. Confidence can show itself at this time and support you taking positive next steps toward your love destiny, especially with one of the governors of your love sector, that's Mars, having just moved forward in your communication and consciousness sector. This really speaks to you taking a risk in communication, following your heart, stepping out on a limb to move things forward in the love department. Key conversations can turn things around in love quickly. If you've needed to resolve any challenges It does look like you will have the silver tongue at this time. There could be a strong sense of powerful psychic connection as well between you and someone else that guides you and inspires you towards who you really are and who you want to become in this lifetime. Now, if you're looking to meet someone new, you'll find that your intuition will reveal to you the best time and place to be so that you're able to take advantage of all opportunities to kick off new love. With Mars now direct, if you've been dealing with an ex in any capacity in memory or in real life, you'll find that in this period, you know what you need to know in order to move forward together or on your own in an empowering way. Now, if you heard something that resonates, definitely hit that like button and subscribe. I would love to see you at the next lunation. Stick around till the end. I'll walk you through how that eclipse is going to affect us as a collective. Let's talk about Gemini. This new moon is going to open up some steadfastness and clarity about your path in your career and a newfound commitment to what you're working on because you know who you are, who you want to be, and how you want to be seen in this world with the new moon taking place in your career, public reputation sector. Your ideas and vision will be a guiding light at this time for others, and you'll find that there are people very inspired by your ideas, very inspired by the way you communicate them, and by the way you execute. If it's felt like your self worth and self esteem took a nosedive, especially where your friends, colleagues, and goals are concerned, like a bad case of the comparison blues since November, Mars direct in the self worth, self esteem department communicating with this new moon will help you see what you can do and what you're motivated to do, as well as release yourself from comparison and self judgment so that you can run your own race and release trying to do what everyone else is doing. Now, if you heard something that resonates, definitely book with me over at Kmoon Astro. Link is below this video. In the love department, let's talk about your love sector over here. You may have a strong sense that you're feeling more like yourself than you have in a very long time. And this has made you magnetic, Gemini, to the love of your dreams. This magnetism will be especially true in the things that you say as you're just expressing yourself organically or your vision for your life naturally. Now, if you're already with a partner, this new moon will allow you to have a very ideal interlude together. But if you're looking for that special someone, you'll find that you locate them while either working towards your goals in a very natural and organic way through events like networking or while you're out with friends. Definitely don't pass up any social activities in the week after this new moon, as the energy will be active until the eclipse energy waxes, or that next full moon energy waxes. If you get a social invitation, take it, Gemini. Definitely hit that like button on the way out. Cancer, let's talk about this new moon for you. This new moon's going to take place over here in the sector of the sky that deals with faith, hope, optimism, higher education, publishing, and travel. These will all get a boost from this new moon. Without understanding why, you may have a powerful sense of knowing that you and your life are moving forward after a period of stagnation or things moving backwards. This knowing may inspire you to take a trip, take a class, or lock in with your faith, either within or through a faith based organization like your temple, mosque, or church. You could even have some level of metaphysical experience, mystical or intuitive experience that helps you know it in your bones that what you're ready to drive your that you are ready to drive your life forward regardless of what's happened in the past. So, very exciting, super empowering for you, Cancer. In the love department, let's talk about it. You may find a similar sense of belief in yourself and your prospects, along with a conviction that you can have what you want in love, even if that is with someone from your past. Love at this new moon, and this is really all due to Saturn, governor of your love sector, being out here in your faith sector. This is really this at this new moon, you may find that through your meditation center or other spiritual or faith-based organizations, and for some through your travels, love finds you without you even trying. A bit of a sense of magic is in the air for you, Cancer. Chance run ins that just have you in the right place at the right time for love to find you are extremely high. Now, for those who are committed, this new moon will amplify the psychic connection between you and your person and give you both a sense that your connection is real, mutual, deep, and it has what it takes to last a very long time, no matter what may come your way. Relish in this, Cancer, milk it, Cancer, and use it, Cancer, to deepen your bond with someone special. If you heard something that resonates, definitely hit that like button. Thank you so much for being here, and stick around to the end. We'll have that conversation about the upcoming eclipse and what to expect. Let's talk about Leo. Leo, this new moon takes place in the sector of the sky that deals with what we call other people's money. This includes grants, loans, credit, mortgages, inheritances, will, etc. This sector of your life gets a solid boost for sorting things out. If things have been unclear, if things have been up in the air, if decisiveness has been required, this new moon is the time to do it. If you've needed a loan or grant, likely it's yours at this time. And if you've needed to pay off a debt, the money is likely to come in at this time, or you're likely to come into the money to be able to do it. So just make sure if you are doing this, if the money comes in, you're spending it in the ways that really set you up for a secure financial future. There's also in the same sector of the sky a lot of indication of intuitive and alchemical transformation, growth, and change. Intuitively, you may find that you are prompted, sometimes through signs, other times through metaphysical experiences, such as getting a reading, that you are in the right place and you are ripe for becoming the best version of yourself by leaving behind things that no longer serve you. You may have a heightened sense of intuition overall. And those of you who are mediums in particular or channels, you may find that your gift is very amplified at this time. You could hear from some of your ancestors, either in dreams or meditation or occult practices, coming in with messages that help you solidify deeper truths about who you are, what you're done with, and where you are headed. If you need any support understanding how to utilize more of this energy as we move through the month, certainly book a reading with me over at kmoonastro.com while they're still available. We also have your love department. Let's look at it. Let's talk about love. Because this same sector of the sky deals with other people's money, but it also deals with intimacy, physicality of the sexual nature. Your sex life does get a boost, whether you're solo or whether you're with someone. Those who are committed may find that they're solidifying certain financial arrangements with a partner and have opportunity to have a very steamy new moon period. Those looking can find that you meet and mate, only to then, after that, decide if you want to have a relationship. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. And those who are neither looking and are single, you may find that this period of time gives you the opportunity to lean into your own healing and your own growth in this arena of life. Okay. So, if you heard something that resonates, definitely hit that like button. We're going to go ahead now to the sign of, let's see, who are we on now? Virgo. All right, Virgo, for you, this new moon takes place in your love sector. This is a new moon where you will see commitment deepen and solidify and take a step forward. You will find that if you are in a connection, it can deepen in a strong and spiritually bonded way. And if you're on the brink or the verge of that with someone, it can take that step forward at this time. You and your person could have a very lovely, connected post new moon period and do something together that establishes the connection even more deeply and more publicly, such as moving in together, or even I would say getting engaged, combining your finances, making a purchase like a car, etc. All of that's very likely. Now, for singles, this is where you get clear about what you need in commitment, and if someone you're dating just isn't passing mustard, this is where you may cut them loose. You may also find a business partner if you're looking for one at this time and sign the contract, deal, or agreement that solidifies the partnership in the third dimension as official. Now, if you need any guidance in this area, March calendar is open, link to books below the video. Let's take a look at the rest of your life here in the work department. There is because Jupiter has been transiting this sector of the sky since last June for you, Virgo, there is a sense of elevation and promotion with caveats. While I do see a step forward for you in your reputation and responsibilities, for some, it does not come with a pay raise at the same time right away. Or if it does come with a pay raise, that feels like it might as well have been it might come with a pay raise that may feel like it might as well have been a pay reversion because the increased pay doesn't match the increased responsibilities you take on. The reason why I'm seeing that is your payment sector of the sky, governed by both Venus and Juno, who are about to go retrograde, can make it feel like the career's moving forward, but the money's not until these retrogrades are complete. So, my invitation for you, Virgo, is to stay patient, stay consistent, keep your head down, stay locked in. If your pay takes a cut during these retrogrades, know that once they are over in the middle of the year, your pay catches up with the impression you're making and the added responsibility you've taken on. This is a great time to be strategic with your bosses and step into partnership with any business that you're employed by. Demonstrate you'll take care of the business and communicate that you need the business to also take care of you. There's loads of resources on the internet with coaches who can guide you on negotiating a pay raise inside your organization. Definitely take advantage of the Google here. Those who can do this, you're going to find that 2025 is a year that your patience and ability to be strategic pays off and your career takes a turn for the better. All of the above will also apply if you're self employed. Putting in the work now will have big rewards by the time we get to the middle of the year. If you heard something that resonates there, Virgo, definitely hit the like and subscribe button. Feel free to share this with a Virgo in your life who needed to hear the guidance. Let's go ahead and have a look at this new moon for the sign of Libra. All right. Libra, your new moon in Pisces takes place in the sector of the sky that has to do with your daily routines and habits. And these things will get an upgrade. New routines will surface as you recognize what you want and what foundation is needed in your daily life in order to get there. You'll also find that because of Saturn and Nessus connected to this new moon, you have a greater ability to follow through and an intuitive ability to be in sync with what your day calls for. Now, some of you You may find at this new moon you get a new pet familiar. Welcome to the family, the star family new pet. And some of you may start a new service project, get a new boss or a new employee team member at this time. This start, whether it's with a new pet, a new service project, a new boss, or a new team member or employee, or a new routine, this start comes with solidification, establishment, and longevity. Thank you, Saturn. So lean in and make sure that if you're initiating it, whether it's a workout routine or a meal plan, you're doing it in a way that's sustainable and works for you. If you need any support walking through what that could look like for you from the perspective of your chart, you know where to find me. Link is below this video to book a reading. Let's talk about your love sector, Libra. With Mars, the governor of your love sector, now finally moving forward, your love life moves forward too. You have finished a critical review period, whether it was a personal and internal retrospective on where you've been in love, why you've been there, and where you want to go next, or an external dance with a person such as an ex, which is highly likely with Mars retrograde. The clarity you need to know what you want and what you're willing to do to get it has arrived. Those of you in committed bonds, you can expect to be on the same page about life in the third dimension, how you're going to move forward, the division of labor and routines, how to work together to make the best life possible together given your work obligations. And those of you looking for love, you're going to be likely to find it through work and service related commitments. Don't overlook those networking events, conferences, and after work get togethers. Don't overlook those opportunities to volunteer through the organization you work at. As boring or superficial as they might seem, this is the place you're likely to find your next love, possibly as a colleague's plus one. So take advantage if you're invited to any of those things. I know many of us roll our eyes like, oh God, another office after work thing. The last thing I want to do is socialize with these people. Do it. There is really good juju for love in the air at this new moon for you, Libra. You heard something that resonates, definitely hit that like button and subscribe. Love to see you at the next new moon. We're almost to the end where I give you that first look component and a gaze at what the Virgo full moon and eclipse will look like. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about this new moon for the sign of Scorpio. For you, Scorpio, this new moon took place in a sector of the sky that specifically deals with children, your creativity, and your manifestation ability. This new moon would have showcased a new path forward with your kids. A long term plan to support their stabilization in some way could have emerged. Now, for some, this will be something that helps with your children's creativity. For others, this could be placing your child in an environment where they don't have toxic influences around them so that they have a chance to thrive. For those without children, this is going to be a huge boost to your creativity and manifestation ability. What you create now has stick and stay power and can be very long term. So be intentional, be mindful, and get in action. Your intuition's going to be high. So trust the insights that come through to help you establish your creative endeavors in new directions. Let's go ahead and talk about your love department. If you need any support with that, Scorpio, the creative stuff or the kid stuff, you can find me over at K Moon Astro. I do offer parent-child readings, and those can be very helpful if you're wanting to understand how to better support a child in your life. Now, Scorpio, when it comes to love, because Taurus is the governor of your love sector, and Taurus has two rulers, Juno and Venus, both of them about to go retrograde this month. You are the other of the sign most likely to hear from an ex during these retrograde if you've left the door open to connection and communication. No burnt bridges, baby, now through May. You may even be the one to reach out and go back to an ex. Now, if it's not an ex per se, This will open a period of reflection and review. This retrospective will empower you to confront your past so that you can move forward without the fear of it repeating or the shame of how it went hanging over your head. This could be the beginning of an important period of release where you get to live into your potential and love by understanding the nature of your true power, Scorpio. We are never not creating, even if we're doing it unconsciously. This new moon is part of a series of lunations through the Juno and Venus retrogrades that will help you understand the power of your manifestation ability when it comes to love. On the other side of the retrogrades, you will be ready to take the reins when it comes to your love life and consciously and confidently create your heart's desire like the boss you are. Those in committed connections, you're going to find that this new moon opens intuition about possibilities when it comes to your person and gives you imagination to see what you and your partner can become together by adjusting some of the daily routines that the two of you share. Those of you looking for love, you may find that this new moon has you recognizing how the current setup of your life can change and needs to change to be more conducive to love landing with you. The adjustments you're guided to make at this time will be critical to ensuring that you have space for love to be a part of your life long term. Definitely hit that like button and subscribe. If you heard something that resonates, I'd love to read for you again at the next lunation. Thanks for being here, Scorpio. Let's go ahead and speak to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this new moon takes place in the sector of the sky that deals with family, home, roots, ancestors. For some of you, this is indicating a new home, a relocation, or the renewal of a lease. And for others, this is going to be new familial patterns, leaning into what works, releasing patterns and legacies that you've inherited when it comes to many different areas of life. What you establish now can last a long time as foundation for you, Sagittarius. So definitely stay intentional. Now, let's have a look at the love sector for you, Sagittarius. Your love life, governed by Mercury, is playing a key role at this particular new moon as Mercury is locked in here with Saturn. This could be a new home with someone you love, moving in together if you're committed. Now, for those of you who are single, this is setting up your home from pursuing past relics, or sorry, not pursuing, purging past relics to feng shui, even to call in love, establishing your home as a place where love can live, land, and blossom. Now, in both cases, this new moon is where you draw a line in the sand around what your past, your family, your conditioning from your childhood says you can be, do, and have in love, and what your true potential is in this lifetime. Now, for many, this can be an emotional time of recognizing that you are going to exceed your family's legacy in love. You're going to have things your parents never got to have. If any sense of disloyalty or heartache comes up around this, often it's subconscious. The relief is going to be in recognizing that you are their wildest dreams. Everything they fought for, everything they sacrificed for, everything they struggled against in their place and time on the planet, you have already become more than that. And the invitation at this new moon is to become even more. This new moon is where you get to own that you're meant to go further, not stay locked in at their level. You can do it, Sagittarius, and you can have it, especially when it comes to love. And on some level, their higher selves are always cheering you on, no matter how they're showing that support in the third dimension. So keep that in mind and take that step forward in love. Dream big, dream bold, and say yes as the opportunities come in. If you heard something that resonates, Sag, definitely hit that like button and subscribe. I look forward to reading for you again at the next lunation. Let's have a look at Capricorn. Capricorn, this new moon takes place for you in a sector of the sky that has to do with siblings, cousins, neighbors, soul family, as well as consciousness and communication. This could help you make a new friend in the world of soul family. This could also help you establish a new marketing plan if you've got a small business. This could also assist for others getting some additional education, perhaps even through a short trip to level up in multiple areas of your life all at once. This is both a new mindset and a new communication style based on new thought patterns that will help you take a step forward in your life. Whenever our consciousness up levels, our life follows suit because the outside's always following the inside, as my spiritual mentor has taught me. But we also see that in everything in life. So get ready, Capricorn. This mental up level that you've already become into, you're going to start to see it reflect in the external world in the months to come. Now, when it comes to your love life, the governor of your love sector is the moon. And she's locked in right here in this beautiful Pisces stellium in that same sector of the sky. Now that we also have Mars direct in your love department speaking to this new moon, we see that your love life has the ability to take a huge step forward. Communication, in particular, gets a boost in the love department. Now, if you're committed, you're going to get the courage and conviction to communicate what must be said in order to move love forward in more aligned ways. Deep and thoughtful conversations can happen where both people are open minded and open hearted in a way they may not have been previously, and both people will be committed to their truth. The opportunity to get on the same page via understanding one another is here. In the world of relationship readings, I do offer couples readings. So if you need any support understanding your person and getting them to understand you and understand why you both do what you do and how you can do it in more harmonious ways, book that relationship reading. That's 90 minutes for couples. I can definitely help you with that. Those who are looking for love, you're going to find that you're more magnetic at this new moon period when you communicate your truth and your heart. Courtship is going to benefit from the honest revelation of feelings, even if the person falls away or says, "Ew, I don't return those same feelings." This new moon, through honest communication and revelation of your heart, will expedite your ability to connect with the person who's right for you. Overall, love gets a boost from communication and clear, steady, grounded, thoughtful communication in particular. If you need any support with this cap, you know where to find me. Link to book is below this video. Uh, Definitely like, share, and subscribe with your fellow cappies who may need these messages. Let's talk about Aquarius. Aquarius, this new moon for you takes place in the sector of the sky that has to do with self worth, self esteem, and your earned income. Money you spend, money you make. This is a huge financial new beginning, and it could even be Aquarius for you, a raise taking effect. And if it's not financial, definitely a self esteem and self worth boost at this time. Through a deep understanding of who you are, why you matter in the world, and the value of your contributions, you may even find that others are reflecting this back to you in some way at this new moon. Okay. You could also even be taking on more responsibility at work after a period of doing a lot of the grunt work for other people. This is when that may become officialized as some sort of promotion now that Mars is finally direct in the sector of the sky that has to do with being in a junior position. Now, if you need any support understanding how to navigate, you know where to find me. I'm over at kmoonastro.com. Link to book is below this video. Let's go ahead and talk about love for you, Aquarius. Here is your love sector. It is governed by sign of Leo. Leo's governed by the sun. And there's the sun right there in that same sector we were just talking about. This could be you turning over a new leaf in love by recognizing your worthiness to have it in the first place. This is also, for some of you who are looking for love, the opportunity to magnetize it by being confident in yourself and honoring yourself in social settings. For those of you that are in a committed bond, you're going to find that you'll deepen love by honing your contributions, honoring your contributions in the connection. Where you find that others are overlooking or taking for granted your contributions, this new moon will give you the courage to ask for the recognition that you need in order to rebalance the scales in your connections. So definitely take advantage of that with some quality communication, Aquarius. If you heard something that resonates, definitely hit that like button and subscribe. We're going to get to where this energy all heads in a moment with the Virgo full moon. So stick with me. We're going to talk about Pisces and then we'll go straight into first look. Once again, happy birthday, Pisces. So excited to celebrate your next rotation around the sun with you. It is your season and your new year. This is a great time to get a solar return read. Look at the year ahead. Pisces, this new moon takes place in your sign in the sector that deals with your selfhood. You could have a feeling of a new sense of self come online and a sense that your life is about to change for the better in ways you planned for and in ways that you didn't. There's definitely a huge up level here. There's also a sense with this for you, Pisces, that you cannot be deterred or repressed at this point, a sense of self ownership that will amplify your ability to live a life becoming of who you are. For some of you, this is going to be you just taking yourself and yours, who you are, more seriously than you've ever taken yourself, and establishing some boundaries for yourself that will extend into boundaries for other people so that you can be honored, cherished, and supported in the world in the way you truly need to. Now, let's take a look at your love sector. If you need any support, Pisces, definitely book with me over at Kmoon Astro, as these upcoming eclipses are going to be potent for you as they are on the Pisces Virgo axis. Now, love may have you slightly reminiscing on the past, as the governor of your love sector, Mercury, is already in shadow and preparing to go retrograde this month, as if we didn't already have enough retrograde action going on. This may have you recognizing where you've been as a result of who you've been in your life and where you can make changes to be more you and get more real love. When Mercury goes retrograde this month, it's going to intensify this self reflection. There will be loads of accountability here in this, but the more ownership you can take of your circumstances and what's happened, the more power you will command to move your love life in a direction of your choosing as you move forward from here. For those of you who are committed, you will find the comfort that you need to express and be yourself in your connection, ultimately revealing yourself and your truth in your connection, giving the connection a chance to grow with you as you've been on an incredible growth journey since Saturn has moved into your sign a couple years ago. Now, for those of you who are looking for love, this opens the path to attracting love just by being and showing all of yourself all the time, unapologetically. You may attract love and an admirer without meaning to in this energy, simply by being yourself, big feels and all. If you heard something that resonates, definitely hit that like button. I would love to read for you again as we get into this full moon in Virgo. This is not technically my first look because I have done an eclipse special update and I want to do more things like that, but I've got to figure out how to get the content to a more manageable place, the content production schedule to a more manageable place. But let's just say for current time purposes, this is really my first time looking at this eclipse energy in 2025. So here is our eclipse. It takes place on March 14th at 2:59 a.m. If you happen to be on the eastern seaboard of the United States, it's at the 23rd degree of Virgo. It is a full moon in Virgo. It is going to be a very interesting period of time. Now, lunar eclipses, very much like full moons, portend endings, closures, completions. But endings aren't bad, and neither are closures or completions. Sometimes endings, closures, and completions are graduations. Sometimes ending, closures, and completions are things like getting out of rehab, being discharged from the hospital, especially in a sign like Virgo, which deals with our health, physical health, and the opposite sign, Pisces, which deals with our mental health. At this particular Virgo full moon and lunar eclipse, we do see a sextile to Mars, we see a trine from Uranus, and we see a lovely stellium opposite that includes Nessus, which is all about our energy of obsession, Saturn, which is our energy of integrity. We see Neptune, which is our energy of deep spiritual awareness and some of our connection to the higher realms. This configuration of energy, all of it, especially Mars having just come out of retrograde, communicating with this eclipse, is going to give us the motivation we need to make necessary, overdue, procrastinated on changes when it comes to all things Virgo. To know what this is going to mean for you personally, check the sign, check the house in your natal chart the 23rd degree of Virgo shows itself in. Before us collectively, Virgo does govern our routines, our habits, our behaviors. Virgo also governs service in our world. And so, where you find you may have been being of service or having an established habit, pattern, or routine, it's just not serving you anymore. It's not in alignment with your wholeness and integrity. It's not in alignment with the bigger vision of your life. It's not in alignment with your divinity, and you're no longer motivated to sustain it. These planets are going to work triple, double, quadruple overtime in order to help you put it down, knock it off, stop, so that you are in a place to take on a new level of life that allows you greater freedom to be at the level of who you're meant to be on the planet. Now, for some, I will say closures are just hard. There are signs out here that just struggle with change. If you're one of those signs, you know who you are. Get yourself mentally prepared. These planets have already been trying to help rattle the cage around ensuring that you can give up some things that just aren't working for you anymore. For those of you who are change ready signs, you know who you are. For you, this new moon is going to give you that added boost you need to roll up the sleeves and get the procrastinated upon projects done out of the way to guarantee that you're able to clear the decks for more creativity and alignment with things that you do want to do in the world of service, things that you do want your daily routine to look like, things that you are ready to step into when it comes to your habits. Now, one thing that stands out, we've got a cardinal energy that's high. We've also got mutable energy that's high. The modes here are the ways that we respond to life. In the way that we respond to life, when life throws us something, cardinal signs love to initiate something new. When life throws us something, fixed signs love to create establishment, sustainability, and protection from losing what's valuable. Mutable signs really prefer to be in the process of flexibility. Well, do a little of this, a little of that. I'll flex and bend my way towards change. It doesn't have to be hard, I can make it easy. Because we have high cardinality and high mutability, it is in this eclipse in particular is very indicative of change, growth, and transformation, doing something new in response to the way the third dimension is showing us what's not working. We're going to explore more of it as we get closer. I do like to try to upload on the weekends as best as I can or at the top of a week, so be on the lookout for that. If you've got any questions about what this may mean for you personally, you know what to do. The link is below this video to get my one-on-one time and attention on your chart. Once again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you again for your patience. Thank you to my diehards who are even still listening at this point. I love you. You are the reason why this channel still exists. You're also some of my favorite people, and thank you for continuing to be supportive, kind, loving to one another and to me in the comment section. I can't wait to do the Virgo full moon and lunar eclipse with you coming up in about the next 7-ish days, so stay on the lookout for it. Take great care, and bye for now.